I wanted to share with you that ankle mobility is the key to squat depth, balance, and overall performance. So when it's limited, some things will happen. I'm just going to show you as a pretend back squat with the dowel. So if your ankle mobility is limited, this is what's going to happen. Your hips might be too high, difficulty getting low, or your heels might be lifting, which is also going to compensate for you going forward, getting into the knee or the lower back. So the body is going to compensate somewhere when you're trying to get into your squat. So the heels lift or tilting forward, or the hips are too high. So I'm going to set this aside, and for the exercises we're going to do, you're going to need a wall and a yoga mat just for stability and support. And it really depends on your ankle range of motion. So these exercises I prescribe for my clients to really work on their ankle mobility so it's very safe and effective throughout their practice and they have better lifts. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be at the wall. And for this one, you're just using the wall as support. So palm on the wall and a palm on the hip. Standing tall, and you're really going to work the standing leg besides the bent leg. So from this position, this is going to build strength and dorsiflexion. So you're building control in this position. And all you're going to do is just draw circles. And you're not going like this. That's not control. I want you to think about control. So you're just going to draw smooth, round circles and try and keep that knee lifted hip height so that you're really working on all body mechanics, but focusing on the circle of the bent knee. And the wall support, you can also not use the wall. Smooth, round, and notice if it's smooth and round or if it's like kind of jagged. I've seen many variations. And then of course you want to go the opposite direction, keeping that smooth, round circle and tall spine. Okay, and then release, and then just do the other side. So you're engaging the standing leg, the glute, standing tall, start in a dorsiflex position, and then you can plantar flex and start to circle around. And notice if there's any difference from one side to the other. There sometimes is, and maybe not at all. And especially with the smoothness, is it the same or is it a little different? Has your breathing changed? All of these take effect. Okay, and then just make sure that you're reversing the circle. Keeping the leg hip height, circling around. And then release and just shake everything out. Okay, now for this next part, you're going to face the wall and you are going to tense your fingers to use it support. And this is for stability and dorsiflexion that mimics squat mechanics. So you've probably seen this in a kneeling position. So there's always different variations for a position. So we're going to do this standing. So tenting the fingers, staggering the legs, and you're going to shift forward. You're kind of going to be in a lunge. You might need to move the back leg, and you're going to shift the knee forward toward the wall, keeping the heel down, going into this dorsiflex position. Keep your chest lifted, and then hold, breathe, and driving the heel into the floor. And you can keep the back leg straight or bent. It's more about the front leg. I want you to really pay attention to getting into that end range best you can. Holding for a few breaths and shifting back and then switching sides. And like I said, there are many different variations for this position, going toward the wall. We're just using the wall for support right now. I want you to really pay attention, keeping the knees in line with the toe, keeping the heel down, and adding weight going forward. And then slowly come back up. So that was working on the dorsiflexion aspect. Now, and I'm going to show you in a different way as well, plantar flexion. So tenting the fingers, spreading the toes, standing tall, and lifting the heels. I'm going to show you forward for a moment because I always want you to think really good body mechanics, even though we are focusing on ankle mobility for our lifting performance. You want to make sure the ankles don't splay out or you're breaking in the hips. So when you lift, you don't want this happen or this. That's for another time. I just want you to think the heels lift up and the knees and the toes are staying forward toward the wall. So again, standing tall, spreading the toes and just lifting the heels. You can engage the legs, keep your core braced. Everything is working together. And then slowly lower. And then again, lift and slowly lower. And one more, lift, make sure those heels don't turn out and slowly lower. Okay, now just a quick review. I'll show you from the side. So this is dorsiflexion and different ways that we're reviewing. And then this is plantar flexion, so pointing the toe. So dorsiflex and plantar flex. And you do this all through your day and when you lift, even just walking up the stairs. But a squat is essential, so we're really going to work on that. Okay, so now we're going to activate ankle mobility in a dynamic way for range of motion. So standing tall, just going to start to walk with the heels. And I recommend a little bit of support from the wall, standing, walking, support, kind of falls a little bit, and now we're going to do the reverse. So then you're just going to walk back, and it's very easy to kind of go fast and fall. That's why the wall is really good for support, because it's very awkward to go backwards. And then we're going to kind of mimic what we did at the wall. So standing tall, lifting the heels, keeping the bottom ribs in and down. And then one more time, walking backwards, and you can do all the variations or just one of them in terms of the dorsiflexion, walking forward or back. And it does take a little getting used to because it is quite awkward. Now, the next part we're going to figure out, work on, and I want you to think about the squat. I want you to try and get low. If you need blocks, grab them. So you're going to come into the squat position. Heels are purposely lifted. And I want you to think about this as a way to get deeper in the squat when you're in a loaded position. So this is going to help open up. So you're going to kind of push the knee out, work on that dorsiflexion, open up the chest and the inner thigh, and then pivot side to side. So you're really getting into the dorsiflexed strong. It's like a knife edge. Going from side to side, keeping the chest lifted, and using your fingertips, your arms for support as you go side to side. All right, and now the last one, coming into downward facing dog. Now start with your knees bent, so you keep that spine long, your butt is up and back, and you can have your knees bent. And notice my heels are not on the floor. Maybe they'll get down or not, and that's not kind of the point where we're going here. So from this position, you're going to take in between the big toe and the little toe, or the second toe, you're going to place it on like the Achilles area, and slowly start to draw the heel down and push back. But maybe you're here and you just keep pushing and holding. So you're lengthening the back of the leg, specifically the soleus underneath the gastroc, but you're also in an end range of your dorsiflexion. So maybe the heel's here, and with time and pushing, and you're not forcing, you're just going into your end range. It's a very deep stretch, and you're keeping the knees bent. And then release to do the other side. And maybe the other side is a little bit more open or not. And it's really great to see what comes up when you're switching sides. But you're actively pushing and really getting the sit bones up and back. And notice how the heel is on this side, if it's lifting or if it's staying down, actively pushing with the arms. And then just release and just pedal out the feet so you get into that stretch, because that is quite a deep position. And lower down. So all these exercises, ankle mobility exercises that we did, this is what I work on with my clients all the time to help them in their squat performance, their lifting. Our ankles are essential to our practice, especially with lifting. This is where you gotta put your focus. So if you have tight ankles, I really want you to pay attention what's coming up, but actually let's fix it, take action. I have a 7-day mobility reboot that is packed with simple exercises to help with improving your end range, your range of motion, your mobility in specific situations, specific movements, and then prevent injuries, all working towards getting your squat, getting your gains in your performance. So all you have to do is click the link below to sign up and join to better movement and better lifts. And lastly, I'm Janelle DeRoss, your coach, to show you that mobility consistently is going to help you improve your squat depth, balance, and hit those gains that you desire right now and going forward. I hope to see you there. Keep working on these ankle mobility drills, and I will see you next time.